This is the Rebocap tracking in VRChat. So this is kind of like a mini review. Right now I'm in the Quest Pro and I'm using the Quest Pro controllers, not the index controllers. I'm not using any Tundra trackers. It's all just Rebocap. I turned off the head tracker for Rebocap and the hand trackers for Rebocap because I am using a headset and my controllers, obviously. Rebocap has like two modes. It's got the VR mode and the it's called PC mode, but it's basically like the real mocap mode. So you have to calibrate in the app. It makes you do 3 poses. It makes you do an A pose and a T pose and an S pose. And then after that, it makes virtual trackers in Steam VR, and then you calibrate in VRChat the usual way. I find that the tracking is not quite as solid, not quite as amazing as base station tracking, but that probably doesn't surprise anybody. Base station tracking is really, really, really good. However, for body language or moving around or like dancing and stuff, it's pretty believable most of the time. It's almost as fast as base station tracking. It's all kind of connected together though because of it's IMU tracking. So like when I move my body, sometimes it shifts my feet. I also am running on default settings. It might be possible to customize this a little bit. It's pretty good most of the time. After a while, you will have to recalibrate in the app and you will have to recalibrate in VRChat, but that's pretty much the same as if you were doing slimes. It uses magnets. So if you have a belt that's magnetic, or if my controllers get close to my trackers, sometimes it causes an anomaly. Now I'm in desktop mode and you can see the app. I'm wearing 15 Rebocap trackers. Right now I've locked my position, so even if I walk around, I stay in the same place, which is really good for VTuber because you don't want to stray too much usually, but I can turn it off and then I can walk around like this. You walk around. Pretty cool, I think. And I can also do a little trick or something, so I can this. Woo! I could do little jumping jacks. I can't do very high in my room because the ceiling is too low. But believe me, I could do jumping jacks. I have it set so that every minute I go back to where my origin is, which is helpful if I want to have the locomotion while I'm streaming, but not go too far. It comes with straps. So I have straps for the top of my hands, my wrists, my shoulders, my chest, my waist, my shoes, my ankles or lower legs, my shins, my thighs, on my head. It comes with a strap for the head, but I found that after wearing it for a couple hours, it's kind of uncomfortable. So I put the strap around a hat and that kind of makes it more comfortable. It's a little similar to using slimes, except I'm finding that it's way, way more consistent. The magnet problem that happens a little bit in VRChat, I've never noticed that happening with the VTuber mode at all, but probably because I don't have controllers in my hands. So I have noticed that sometimes if my hands are near a metal object, the edge of my desk is metal, so you'll see the magnets, they turn, you look in the bottom left, they turn red. That probably means they're getting a little interference or something. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but yeah, it's very, very nice compared to what I was doing. I've been using slimeVR virtual motion capture for maybe a year or longer, and I've also experimented with webcam mocap, and I hated the webcam mocap. This comes in a neat case. If I was streaming or recording for 3 to 6 hours, I think I could do 4 or 6 days maybe of using these before I actually need to take them all off the straps and charge them. So the battery life on these things, I streamed today and then I went in VRChat for an hour. That's 6 or 7 hours of doing stuff. Battery level 80%. I could probably stream several days and not have to plug them in. I don't know how long it takes to charge them though. It comes in this box, which has all this stuff. All the straps came out of this bag. They're really nice straps actually. And they come with these clip things, and you don't have to use the clip things. You can thread the strap through the tracker, but the clip makes it much easier to take them off for charging. There are 15 straps, but I only use about 12 or 13 of them depending on what I'm doing. And then this is the case, and the case plugs into the wall, so they all charge really nice and neat. The dongle goes in here, and it's got a little loop thing, so when you take the lid off, you can store the lid on the end so you don't lose it. And then it came with labels for all of the body parts, all your different tracking slots. So it comes with labels in 3 different languages. We obviously used the English ones already. And then there's a little button. And the light, I've actually obscured the light with the label a little bit, but they just blink green. When they're charging, they also change color depending on if they're charged or not. And they charge via the contacts on the bottom, so the only way you charge them is by setting them in the case. When I am VTubing, I take all of them out, and then I turn them all on. It comes with straps for the head and the hands, but I actually prefer to just wear them either on a headband or a hat because it's a little bit more comfortable than the strap, but that's mainly because I stream for so long. You can also use the small strap and wear it around your hand, but this was a little straining for me, so we sewed some Velcro onto some gloves and I used these instead. And even though I put a little bit of Velcro on the back of the tracker, it still fits inside of the dock. That's pretty much it. You can also take the clips, and they actually give instructions for this in the documentation. You can just tie them into shoes. So when you have the feet trackers, I just clip them onto here. Okay, so one more thing about these straps I failed to mention is that they're all labeled with a certain length, and the documentation and the instructions tell you what body parts or what trackers you're supposed to use which different length of straps for. So for example, the 25 centimeter ones go on the wrists and the hands, and the 60 centimeter ones go around your thighs and your head, as an example. And then obviously the super long one is supposed to be like a belt. They give you a super long one for your chest and for your waist. Here's what it looks like with all of them on. I've clipped them into my shoes, and I've got my belt buckle of mocap and my chest of mocap and my head of Rebocap and the left arm of the Rebocap, the right arm of the Rebocap, the right leg of the Rebocap, the left leg of the Rebocap, the head of the Rebocap, the torso of the Rebocap. If you'll look, they're color coded, so the left side is blue, and all the right side ones are like pink or fuchsia or red or whatever. And the head, the chest, and the waist are gray. So that makes it a little easier to put on. And it comes with hand straps and stuff. These are the 25 centimeter straps. I usually don't use the strap because it's a little bit, after like many hours of streaming, it's a little straining. So instead I have a little Velcro and I use gloves. And then the head strap can be worn without a hat. But I either like to use a hat or I like to put it on a different headband because I stream for so long that it gets a little taxing. But it grips me good. Sometimes the chest, it falls down a little bit, but you can just tighten it or just wear it better. Everything else is pretty comfortable for what it is. I want to address some remainder questions from the previous video. Number 1, does the Rebocap require a base station or anything like that? And the answer is no. There is no base station, there are no cameras, there is no anchor. So you can obscure the trackers with your clothing as long as they're not made of metal, and there's no like anchor devices. No, you don't need any to hang up any peripherals or anything. It's just a USB dongle. So as long as you don't have a tremendous amount of wireless interference in your room and a lot of metal devices, it'll work fine. And even if you do have a lot of metal devices, you could probably tweak the magnet settings or turn them off. I have many wireless devices and they work fine. So no base stations, no cameras, no anchors, no nothing like that. The other question is, how should they be worn? And the documentation says you can wear them in a lot of different ways and it's not picky. However, in my experience, I find that you cannot wear them on the side. They don't work very good. You can wear them on the back or the front, but I suggest just putting everything on the front. So right in the middle, keep it symmetrical. So I just wear my belt right on the front, my chest tracker right on the front. I put the hand trackers on top of my hands and my wrist trackers right on top of my wrist. I wear the thigh and shin trackers just right on the front as much as possible, and the foot trackers just go right on top of the shoes. So keep it simple, keep it symmetrical. In my experience, that's what works best. I did try wearing them on the side and on the back a few times. On the back, it kind of works okay, but my most consistent results is wearing everything on the front and in the middle. That's it. See ya.